I'm optimistic for next week. So this week is a full training week for me. So it'll be great. It's great to be back on the pitch firstly, and next week, and I'll go again, and hopefully have my hand up for selection. But hopefully next week, yeah.
It happened in that game against England in the Six Nations. Have you had a chance to look back and assess that game? Obviously, you were playing there at full back for the first time in a long time at international level.
Yeah, I've had a good look at it. Everyone did. It wasn't nice viewing, after. But listen, it was a tough one to play in, and we'll take the learning, and we'll take the memories of what happened in that game on through the season and into next year. But yeah, I've had a good look at it, and definitely we started slow, and that really impacted our game.
Is it possible we could see you playing at full back again, or is that something you prefer not to do, or how's your feeling on it now?
Listen, I started my career at full back for Connacht, played loads there. Was happy to play there against England. It's a different kettle of fish at international level, and I know that. But I'd be happy to play there again. But at the moment, it's probably back to the centre in Leinster, and focus on my rugby there and finishing the season strong. So that's my main goal. But listen, down the line, if there were injuries, and if there was, if there needed to be a job done there, if I needed to fill in, yeah, I'd be happy to do it.
Do you think that the confidence that you went into the All Blacks game last year, and obviously having the success against them, has that dissipated now after that Six Nations, or can you still go to the World Cup with feeling optimistic about your chances over there?
Listen, yeah, it's going to be a tough. From playing in a World Cup, been involved in one before, it's unbelievably intense. The spotlight is on you. It's a step up in everything. Intensity in the games, on and off the pitch. So we'll have a good pre-season under our belt, and we'll have a good opportunity in the summer series to have a crack and have a go with different combinations and different players. But yeah, we're definitely optimistic that we can do really well. But we need to be at the top of our game every time we take the field.
Going back to Leinster, and the four teams in the semi-finals now are basically have won over half of the Heineken Cups on offer over the since the competition started. Is that a sign of just the elite quality in the semi-finals, or do you think maybe it's also an indicator that maybe some other clubs around Europe aren't placing as much importance on the trophy?
I think, yeah, if you look at the quarters, from the quarters there was great teams involved, and now into the semis, there's two cracking matchups. So I think, it's going to be really exciting to play, and hopefully if I'm involved, and it'll be exciting for the fans to watch. So Toulouse are probably playing the best rugby in France at the moment, so it'll be great to play against them. We have that opportunity, and it's going to be a tough one as well. So, and on the other end, Saracens and Munster, two great teams. I think from a fan's perspective, they're two great games.
And just to ask you finally, because Toulouse have only lost one game since September, that was against Leinster. What was the difference in beating them and the defeat against them in France?
Yeah, I think we had a bit of a slow start in France, and the atmosphere there, their fans are pretty exceptional. They really play in a cauldron there. So any game away in France, is really tough to play in. But I think in that game we had our opportunities to put them to the sword. Just unfortunately, they got obviously an intercept in the last few minutes, and that kind of changed the game. But listen, we know when we're at our game. So, for example, in the RDS, when we play at our tempo and we have good pace on the ball, we can deal with teams like them. So, we just need to get that consistency in our games, and keep building. And that starts again this week against Treviso. So, we keep building and take one game at a time.